Okay, video number 2 here. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on seat 4. So in the last video, hopefully you guys are watching each individual one because it's important to kind of see every single paddler as they're paddling and seeing the different feedback that each person gets, because you can definitely learn something from each of these people here. Everyone has their own paddling, unique paddling technique, and there's some good things about everyone's strokes, and there's some things that everyone can improve on, and whether you watch any of them, you're going to learn something. So hopefully you guys can take a look at every single one. So seat 4 here looks actually really good. Just like seat 3, you have a very good setup. I do like the top arm is very straight. One thing that I do like to point out to all the girls is your wrists here. Your wrists are very good because you have a nice relaxed wrist. C3, you also have a very relaxed wrist. A lot of times people keep their wrists very, I guess, rigid, and it doesn't really look very relaxed. So I like the fact that you have a very relaxed wrist here. Your bottom arm, actually your hands are really relaxed as well, which is very good because you save your forearms from burning throughout the entire race, especially because you guys do a half mile. A half mile is 4 minutes of hell. So it's important to keep yourself as relaxed as possible. So very good. I do like the fingers here because they're not like full on grabbing your paddle. See how C3, she's full on grabbing her paddle. Yours is a little bit more relaxed. You don't really need much pressure to keep your paddle in your hands. So keeping it as relaxed as possible is really good. So that's something I do like to point out. Twist is really good. You got your bottom shoulder here pushed forward. Your top shoulder is pushed backwards. Let's take a look at a couple. Let's just kind of play it through. So taking a look at the stroke itself, watching you paddle. You guys are having fun here, smiling here. Yeah, actually really good. I don't really have much complaints about it. Like I said on the last girls video, the girls usually tend to have better technique than guys because guys rely mainly on strength to pull the canoe, and girls are more technique. So I do like the fact that your guys' technique looks really solid. So same thing that I did with hers. So taking a look. Unfortunately, the camera angle doesn't really help us here, but we still can. So you got a nice forward angle on your reach out. So this is your very furthest outreach here, so it's good. And then you are fully submerged right about here. So again, camera angle doesn't really do it. This still might be straight up and down. See how hers is pretty much straight up and down by the time the paddle is fully submerged, the blade is fully submerged. But like I said, the camera angle might be throwing us off a bit here, and then you are exiting right about here, so which is good. So no complaints there. So you got those 3 lines. So this is your paddling stroke, and then this top button here shows your where your top hand is. Again, the top hand is like your fulcrum, it's your leverage point. So really important to keep that top arm straight, which you are throughout the entire stroke. Really good. Taking a look at your top arm on this stroke here, relaxed wrists, and then strong top arm. So you get a lot of your power from your top arm here. Bottom arm, take a look at the bottom arm now. So you got this straight bottom arm, and then relaxing, bending towards the end. Oh, you got a really big twist at the end of your stroke. Let's take a look at the twist of the paddle. It's almost like, yeah. I mean, it's up to you guys. The twist, I twist my paddle towards the end. I don't know if you need to twist that much. I mean, if it's easy for you, that's totally fine. No issues. Okay. So going into what can we do to improve. So I think what you could do is, so C3, her body is real open. So what I'd like to do is you talk about this window here, this triangle. So the top, this this triangle here, right? So triangle. So good triangles here. I think what we can do is open up a little bit more. And then that way your head can kind of look through this window here. So you got C3, her head is kind of, she's able to kind of look through the window towards the camera. And so for you, C4, if you can get this open a little bit, so what that will mean is you have to drop your bottom shoulder a little bit further forward and then cock your top shoulder back a little bit. And then that way you can kind of open up your window a little bit so you'd be able to see through that triangle. So that's pretty much it. I mean, the power looks solid. Let's take a look at the right side here. So again, first stroke, see how her first stroke is fully submerged here, right? So I want to get that first stroke in as far out as possible. So let's take a look at your right side. Yeah, definitely can use some opening up in that window. So really good angle. Only thing is, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more twist. So you got good hinging on your body again. So hinging definitely can get a lot more power if you twisted your body a little bit more. Use your hips, okay? So one thing I forgot to point out in C3 is getting these legs engaged, right? So this leg should be pushing off real hard. So I think, let me see if these guys use their legs a lot. So let's take a look at these guys. So again, Freddie is in seat 3. You got Creighton in seat 4. So let's take a look at his legs, right? So take a look at this thigh right here. Okay, so when he's reaching out, he's got a real big reach, and then see how his knee is really pushing off. You see that? See right there? See how his knee kind of went like that? So we should be using as much as possible our legs, so that way we get a lot of hips engaged. So take a look. See how his leg is really moving back and forth, using a lot of his hips. Okay, so on yours, let's go back to the right side here so you can see. Those legs are not really moving that much, right? C4. So definitely can get your legs engaged and then use your hips a lot more. So we want to be using a lot more full body, so that way we can get a lot more power. So we have to really push hard, so that way we can get more power here. So what the hell is going on? Okay. So good, you switch your legs. Good to switch your legs, but using your hips a little bit more, using your legs a little bit more. But besides that, looks pretty solid. I don't really have any issues with the technique itself. So let me close this up here. Yeah, so pretty solid. I think if you use a little bit more of your body to twist versus like kind of using a lot of arms, I see a lot of arms in this video here. I think that's pretty much it. So good job. Oh yeah, let's take a look again. Going through. Yeah, not bad. So good job, guys. Good job, girls.